So yeah, that's the Trans Am out there on the rotisserie. We got a sandblaster. He's about to blast the bottom of it, get all that old undercoating and all that junk off from like back in the, I don't even know, maybe when it was new, probably sometime along its life somebody did that. But yeah, so just get all that junk off the bottom, so that way we could rhino line it ourselves or undercoat it. We use Sema undercoating. We like to do it on all our vehicles, all of our builds. Charger right there's got it underneath. It's just helps with road noise, a little bit of protection on the floor. So anyways, yeah, we're gonna get that blasted, and then a lot of little patching we gotta do on the floor, you know, little welds and stuff like that we just gotta clean up. And then yeah, we're gonna get that thing undercoated. So yeah, I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna give you a quick peek right now, and I'm gonna show it to you when it's all finished. All right, Trans Am update again. As you can see by that big old pile of dust in the yard, the blasting is done. But check out how, oh, it's kind of dark down here, but check out how nice that looks. You see, remember all that nasty, gunky bed liner from whatever year that was put on there? It's like some 90s job probably. Everything is down to basically steel, and yeah, got all the undercoating off, the paint off, any kind of surface rust is off. And the next step after cleaning everything, we're gonna bring it inside. We're gonna touch up a bunch of spots. We did find a little rust hole in the floor right here. We've got some peppering. So we're gonna have to patch that. That was covered by undercoating, so we didn't know it was there. And then like there's some little spots like the trans tunnel where we welded. You can see a little light through it. So what we're gonna do is go back and fix those welds. It's kind of like, not tack welded in, but kind of just like, you know, halfway welded, so that way it's in there and we could go back later and do it. So now the car is going to be up on its side. It's gonna be a lot easier to access the floor and the bottom of the trans tunnel and all that, to weld it in correctly, smooth it out nice, and then get some undercoating on it.
We are assembling the interior for the Trans Am, just to check the fitment. Let me grab the console. This is gonna be annoying. The car is lifted right now.
I'll hold it.
Alright.
As it rotates?
Dude, if it flips like a roller coaster ride. Alright, let's go. We're in here. Nah, it ain't going nowhere. You gotta say that for good luck. It's like when you tie down a dirt bike, you always gotta say,
going nowhere.
It ain't going nowhere. Otherwise it'll go somewhere. Needs a little bit adjustment in the rear. However, oh, the deck lid's not in, that's why. I was like, why is that not
seating? Yeah,
oh
yeah.
my god, this thing is bouncing.
What was that? You needed to put that first.
Yeah. It's alright. I put it in and it was like, wasn't sitting right, and I'm like, why is it not
Why is
sitting
it
right?
not going in?
Yeah.
Well, you need to put that piece in too.
Exactly.
You know what?
It might take. You know what? I'm not getting it.
I'm holding it like I did last time.
Why, you were holding it last time?
Yeah, yeah.
You saved my life last time.
Yeah, I guess. I was like, maybe this isn't locked in. Maybe I should hold it.
We could also just pull material off of it ourselves and add a little piece right here. We gotta route all this wiring. Fun, fun, fun. We have 5.5 weeks left. And 10 weeks worth of work to do. It don't matter how much time you have. At the end, you're always rushing. Well, the other problem is when you have more time, you start doing more stuff.
So I'm gonna cut like 50% of this thickness right here on an angle, and then cut 50% of that on an angle. That way it'll make a nice wedge. You know what I mean?
Well, we're outside priming because Danny won't allow me in the shop. He don't want no dustiness in his pristine, beautiful place. What this is called Radderall. It's a heavy-duty polyester spray. So what we do is we put a couple coats of this on so we can block it and get rid of any little tiny imperfections. Then we'll use a regular urethane primer and then paint.
Howdy y'all, what's going on? I am on my phone because I just posted an Instagram post. So if you don't follow us on Instagram, you probably should, at 612 AutoWorks. Eddie's gonna put it over here. It is 7:30, Wednesday, the 29th of September. And we're about to paint the motor, transmission, power steering rack, a couple other small bracketries, and some of the cross members for the rear in none other than satin black. So yeah, nobody likes raw cast. Nobody wants to see a plain old cast motor, you know? So we're gonna make it pretty. Even though you're not gonna see a ton of it, you know, underneath everything, oil pan, all that jazz is gonna get painted, so you know that we have attention to detail, even if you can't see it. So we're gonna try to get this done quick because I got some chicken parm waiting for me at home, and I'm really hungry. So yeah, let's hop into mixing some paint, and then we're gonna hop in the booth, and maybe we'll just film it normal. Maybe Eddie will make a little montage of it. We're doing a Ched it. Chedward is gonna make his, you know, his typical Ched it, you know. So we'll see you in a sec. Alright everyone, welcome to a new day. I don't know what point in time in this video you're gonna be watching this, but it's a new day for me. So it's a Monday, and it's a special day because we are just about ready to be painting this Trans Am. And the final step before paint, what we have to do is pick a color. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 spray out chips and my dog. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna make 4 colors. We have a general idea of what we're gonna do. I already have a spray out and a formula for a color that our customer likes and we like, and it looks really good, but there's always room for improvement. So what we're gonna do is modify that in 3 or 4 different variations. And then we're gonna do each of these 4 little pieces of steel. So yeah. So let me show you. The first thing we're gonna do, I'm not gonna tell you all my formulas because these are top secret. I don't want anyone copying this color because this will be the only vehicle in the world that looks like this. So we got a couple of them made right now, quick little peek, and we're using our RM line. And yeah, so the first thing to do, every one of these colors is gonna get a solid black base, and then they're all gonna get a different form of some sort of sparkly stuff over the top of the black, and then some sort of colorful stuff over the sparkly stuff, and then some sort of clear over all of that. So yeah, that's right, we're gonna be doing a 4-stage color, which is pretty unheard of, at least by me. I've never heard of anyone doing 4-stage color, which is it's gonna be difficult, and it's gonna be a lot of painting, but we're gonna have the fun today making these colors, because this is one of my favorite things, is making cool colors. Because I personally think, and this is my opinion, that this shop makes some of the wildest colors and some of the best paint jobs in the world. So if you like the idea of this, but you want it more closer to this, I can do percent and percent. Make it a little bit more on this side, but still give you more of that greenish kind of. See how you have all these little, very fine?
That's all.
It's all. And if you look on like some side angles, you have a little bit of that tone in that kind of still, as opposed to just solid greens with whites. And then that one is just a fucking throwaway.
All right, you sold me on the darkness. So what do you all think?
Well, you could.
My personal favorite, obviously, is this one.
So is mine, but
No,
towards
you
what
guys. No, but you already got me out. Like I've already gone that dark on my head.
So here's what I say. Here's my thinking is this color on a really sunny day or at Sema under the fluorescent lights is gonna be better. I think this, or even maybe this, I'm not crazy about this one, but more of this way, is a better all-around color. Like, you know, walk in the garage, it looks nice. Take it out to a show, it's not super sunny or whatever, it looks nice. It's a better, like, all-around color. But that's gonna be your, like, blow people's minds.
Like the fact that it goes dark like that.
Yeah.
To me, I'm standing. I don't know how it's looking to you.
No, it's dark.
You know, listen, when you did that first little spray out thing that has the big blemish on the side that's been kicking around, and then you went and did that thing, like I went that direction. I was like, in my head, I'm like, okay, I'm good with it.
That's
Right.
I want to be as far different as I possibly can. I want people to either absolutely go crazy for it,
Or
or
absolutely
you're gonna
hate it.
have guys that.
And
are
I
like,
love
"That's
that.
fucking
I
stupid."
love
You're
that.
gonna have.
Look, a
Like-
color like this, you're not gonna have the extremes. You're not gonna have the guy crazy on this side or crazy on that side.
No.
Everyone's gonna say, "Oh, that's a nice color. It looks really cool." That you're gonna have guys who are like, "Oh my god, that's fucking insane." But you're also gonna have those little twerps that are gonna say, "Oh." But you kind of want that.
Oh.
They're gonna fucking talk about it, whether they like it or
They're
not.
gonna be like, "Oh, did you see that fucking Trans Am? You gotta
Did
go
you
over
see
there."
that Trans Am that looks like a bass boat? Or did you see that fucking color in that Trans Am? Oh my god, it's
You
beautiful.
have all of these powders now.
Yeah, I got more chips for you. Get the closest to that.
With a brush through.
That's got a little bit more orange to it on the light. We were going crazy about this morning. What do you think about that? That's another one of the new colors. But now here's the thing, that's a gloss powder. To keep that tone, like see how the light hits it? We're not gonna be able to do this satin. It's gonna kind of ruin the color, I think. Because you're gonna milk it up if we put satin clear on top of this. So I think we're gonna have to do gloss wheels if we pick this color. Like here's where I stand with the powders. The satin powder that anyone has is very cloudy. So if you pick one of these colors and you go in satin clear over it, it's not worth the trouble of doing it over transparent, like transparent over brushed, because it's gonna ruin the look. So then
I like that brush look. I like that.
if you pick a color that's gloss, that has a gloss finish to it, then we gotta leave it gloss. If you pick one of the colors that are satin, that's the way it bakes out and becomes satin, then we leave it satin. I wouldn't put extra clear on top of these, on top of the brush, because I think you're gonna kill the look that you're going for. I kinda like this one, it's a little orange. I like that one. That original one that we had was this one, right? Remember how we liked sable brown?
Right.
Well, this is flat.
And that will show that metal through it.
Yeah, that's, see how it's a little more satin, it has less gloss units in it?
So this will work well on with what we were trying
flat
to achieve.
trans brown we liked too. That was that one that you guys had originally picked. That was your original choice before we got more colors. It has a very orange side tone, that one, but on the face tone it's
Where's
not.
that other one that I like too?
Was
that
it this one, right?
Yeah.
The transparent brown too?
Yeah.
Cameraman likes this one. You like
Probably this. This
That's
is what says flat trans brown. This was the original pick. You're going on wheels, it's gonna look darker. You gotta
in
keep
the
that
hole.
in mind. You're in a shadow constantly, other than the lip. The only thing that's gonna be in the light is the lip. Especially the suspension. Everything's
Okay.
gonna look, it's the opposite of paint.
okay.
Remember that.
So then do we go with the lighter one?
I'm thinking that's too dark for suspension, because once we put it on, like, under the car,
It's lost.
It's gone, yeah.
And so is the wheel. I mean, it's in the shadow.
yeah, the face of the wheel at least.
Unless you're sitting in the sun. Come back here and look at those colors too. Because you're never going to be on top of the car. You know?
The dark one was pretty good, though.
So I'm almost leaning towards my original first pick, which was your original first pick as well, which is the one on that.
On the right hand side.
Yep.
Go with it. Done.
I think it's cool. I think it works. All right, so we are like about an hour out from starting the paint on the Sema car. So yeah, super exciting day. We just picked the color, probably saw that. So they are taping, papering, tin foiling, getting everything masked off that we don't want paint going on. and that we don't want sand or dirt or anything coming out of, because we did sandblast the car, and no matter how much you clean it, you can't get all the sand and stuff out. Yeah, they're almost ready. I got the color to mix, and yeah, you guys are gonna see it firsthand. We're gonna go pretty wild in there, and yeah, it's gonna be one of the coolest colors I think anyone's ever seen. Here she is. It's a small car, and without all the body panels on it, this first run of paint isn't going to be a ton of stuff to do. So our main objective is to get the quarters, the roof, in the door jambs, and then just a tiny bit of stuff on the rear body panel and under the trunk lip. Everything else, you know, we got to do later on: doors, fenders, hood, all the little trim pieces. You know, these Trans Ams have all that. All right, we're about to mix the paint, and we're not going to show you how we do it because it's a secret. All right, welcome to another day. So, last night we finished painting the Trans Am. Right now it's in there getting sanded. We're gonna give it 2 more coats of clear today. But as of right now, what I'm doing is I am taking apart all the front suspension components. So we're kind of taking a little trick out of our truck build book here, and I decided I think it's going to be cool if we powder coated all the suspension components same color of the wheels, which I'll show you guys right now. So I think it'll be cool. You're not really going to see a lot of the suspension. Obviously it's a car, it's pretty low to the ground, but I think it's going to be cool. And you know, the main point of the car, or I mean at least at Sema, kind of the focus of the car is going to be a little bit of the suspension, because we're in the Hotchkiss sport suspension booth. So I just want to give it a little extra pizzazz and draw some more eyes onto John's products, because we love them, we use them, and we think they're good. So you know, why not grab some eyes on them a little bit more than they normally would. In order to powder coat these suspension components, everything has to come out of them. So ball joints, bushings, tie rod ends, basically everything. So you gotta take them down to raw steel, so that way we can dip them, strip all the powder that comes on them off, and then yeah, it's a transparent powder. So we're gonna do a silver or kind of like a hyperchrome base, and then do the transparent over the top. Wheels are going to be brushed with the transparent over the top, similar to the wheels on my truck, if you've seen them before. They're actually off of the truck right now because I'm running around on the stalkers. If you can see, these are filthy because they've been sitting in the shop for a little bit, but you see that? That is the effect you get when you do transparent powder over the top of brushed, a raw brushed wheel. So yeah, that's the look we're going for on this car. I'm gonna put the camera down and finish taking this apart. See you guys in a sec.